My eating disorder started in March 2020, like a lot of other people's did, just because of COVID and like being at home, you had nothing to do with your time. And for a while, it was pretty fine until school started. And then from that, I started using it as a coping mechanism because stress of school kind of took a toll on me. And in January, I went to the doctors and they noticed like I've fallen off my weight chart. So they started monitoring me and put me in outpatient treatment. And then from there, just started going downhill. And I got on wait lists for like inpatient treatment. But the problem is in Colorado right now, there's a mental health crisis. So the treatment wait lists were like 5 months long, which was not good in any sense. And finals week came and I completely deteriorated, and it's no coincidence that it happened finals week. And I went and took my AP World History final and then went and got some lab work and an EKG done right after. And from there, I immediately got admitted into Children's Hospital, Colorado. And from there, I was medically stabilized until I was stable enough to go to treatment. And then I was transferred to Bellevue, Washington, where I stayed until October. And then I came back home, and here we are now. One of the main things that motivated me to start my Instagram page was I had to send all of my photos of my food to my dietitian. I was like, if I'm gonna be taking photos of these 24/7, I might as well post them somewhere. My favorite food item to make that I have on my Instagram would be baked oatmeal, or baked oats, which is a lot of people call it. And to make it, I use a half cup of milk, a half a banana, half cup oats, some other like baking powder and other ingredients, and then I blend it and bake it. And I really like this one because it's a carbohydrate, which everyone needs because you need energy, and it's super filling and delicious. It's really nice having all these people there for me, and it's also crazy to see how many people have eating disorders. Like 1 in 10 people have eating disorders, and a lot of people don't know that. And so many people from like our school have reached out to me and opened up about their eating disorders, and people from like Germany and Australia, and I have all these mutual connections, and it's really nice to have people that understand what I'm going through and just behind me and pushing me forward in my journey. There's a few accounts I would recommend to those struggling with eating disorders on Instagram, like McKenna Lane, Olivia Eats, and also like Nita's official Instagram, which has some inspiring individuals on there, and as well as other resources for those struggling. To get through all the bad days in recovery, I just try to have a mindset of like recovery isn't linear, and I try to focus on other coping skills besides my eating disorder. I think a lot of teens nowadays aren't being taught good coping skills from a young age, so a lot of kids end up engaging in like drugs, alcohol, self-harm, eating disorders. Try to get through it in any way possible, and if that means taking a break or prioritizing something over something else, that's completely fine. Watching Netflix is honestly a really good distraction when I'm having high urges, or going for a walk, being with friends, or doing small little things, or even reading. Just taking time to get out of my head really helps. And there's also this mental aspect of accepting your body as it comes and understanding that it's okay to come as you are and not having to change that in any aspect. After a month of being inpatient in Colorado, I was finally stable enough to go to Washington, and there I was at the Eating Recovery Center, and I was there for a few months, and to say the least, it was very, very difficult. We would always say there, like, the days go by super slow and then the months go by fast. And it was super hard being away from my family and friends and seeing everyone doing things I wish I could do. And it really was surreal in seeing how much my eating disorder affected me. I surrounded myself by recovery-focused people, and they helped push me in my journey and helped get me discharged and back to Colorado. Even though I have support like friends and family at home, people don't get it unless you have an eating disorder because there's so many aspects to it. There's a bunch of different hotlines online for people who need help. There's National Suicide Hotline, there's an eating disorder hotline. If you need higher level of care, I would first suggest like getting a therapist and going from there. As soon as you have that feeling that it's impacting your life more than it should, then you probably need more help. I just want to let anyone know that's struggling with an eating disorder that recovery is possible and you are worthy of a life worth living. So this is your chance and this is your opportunity to get better. So really devote yourself and it will come true.